All right, everyone, here we go. Mercury and Gemini, as promised. It's working with the new moon energy. It's an all signs reading. Doesn't matter what your sign is. Straight up energy reading. I got a King of Swords staring at you in my pre-shuffle. He speaks a lot of truth. This guy right here, a lot of truth. This communication energy. It's communication. It's Mr. Fix-It energy. I've been calling it. It's concise. It's clear, and it's designed. It's designed to solve problems. It's a problem-solving energy. It's designed to make communications between people in your life, people not in your life. You can be very clear. You can go out on social media and be super clear. People will totally understand what you mean. Okay? It is what it is. That's what this is. That's what this energy adds. This is the forward-moving aspect of the new moons. The new moon energy provides the void. It provides the space for something to happen, for the universe to fill it with something. That's why I say, put your intentions out there for it. It's a very powerful new moon. But this is the forward motion here. Somebody attached to you, just on the surface energy, King of Swords, crossed by the moon. That is speaking the truth without fear. That is saying things that have never been said before. That's my Queen of Cups underwater right there. See the redhead, right? It's from the soul. The Hermit, designed to bring some transformation, set things straight. Right? Problem solving so we can move forward. Right? Underneath that is an Ace of Cups and a brand new beginning in love. The Ace of Cups is bookending the King of Swords. So, yeah, the surface energy backs up what this energy is. We're going to go deeper. You know, I'm sure it'll all go to shit. And sometimes it does, and sometimes it doesn't. I'm never Rainbow Unicorn Tarot, but we might come close here. You know, but you want the truth, right? I mean, all right, let's go. So that's what this is. It's a problem solving. We know what to say to solve the problem. Okay? It's nice. It's probably good news for you if you've got somebody you've got to straighten something out with, or a runner. Somebody attached to you definitely wants to talk to you. I got that in the pre-shuffle. It's bad news for me because everybody in my life comes to me to solve their problems. And I imagine that my phone is going to be ringing off the hook. So that's where mute comes in handy. Anyway, I don't mind helping, but to a point, right? You know, I want to chill out too. Summer's coming. All right, let's go. Card before the cut. Why the fuck are we here? It's going to be a busy time for me in my life, I'll tell you. It always is. This time around with the surrounding energies and this new moon working. New moon and Pluto. Pluto and Aquarius, which is in retrograde now, and the new moon they're creating this powerful energy here. They're all sort of working together, and Pluto's making everything very deep, very intense. You know, I mean, it wouldn't be. I mean, it's just unreal. The Fool is why we're here. Yeah, somebody gonna take a chance. Somebody gonna jump in the water. Somebody gonna say something. Let's fix this. Very emotional. That's water there. It's very emotional kind of a thing. Again, another card that represents a new beginning, a new journey, a new start, a fresh start. Okay. Let's see what comes after the cut. Four of Swords, healing. What did I say? Mr. Fix-It energy, right? Did I say healing? I did. I said problem solving. Yeah, same thing. Healing, right? We're healing the heart. We're speaking emotionally. I mean, this is why we're here. It backs up the cut cards, or it backs up the pre-shuffle. There you go. Somebody coming. You got communication. You should have communication coming, or maybe you're doing the communicating. I don't know. Roles can be reversed. But you'll find the words if you are. Somebody else will too. You know. So far, so good. So far, it's Rainbow Unicorn. I don't know. We'll see. Nothing's perfect. We're going to go even deeper and pull a reading now. It's a general reading. It may or may not resonate with you. The pre-shuffle and the cut cards are us, me and you, just fucking around. Okay? That's it. All right, that's all it is. Now we're taking the clothes off completely and we're going for it. Here we go. Let's do it. All right. No more fooling around here. General reading may or may not resonate with you, but if the title brought you in here or you found Steve Love Tarot, you're here for a reason. This reading is timeless. Whenever you find it, you're meant to find it. I'm not a fucking Time Lord. But I'll tell you what, this energy is really strong. The next couple of weeks, the early stages of the new moon energy, this energy, holy shit. You know, and I'm pulling right on the cusp of it. Whew. All right, let's go. Okay, and I very rarely use this large light seer deck. Look at that. Whew. overall energy of everything that's going to fall on the table is that asshole. My Trans Am driving tacky Burt Reynolds Trans Am with the Phoenix on the hood, fucking devil. And it is that specific energy, strangely enough. I don't joke about anything that's not in the reading here. What's underneath that? The Knight of Wands. I'm not sure. I'm getting a lot of karma on this. I'm getting a lot of taboo with this. When I mention the Trans Am type thing around there, if you've been here a while, you know where that comes from and stuff like that. But it's this person at the party, always the bad influence at the party, always got some weed in the car. Come on, let's go down to the car. You don't really want to go down to the car. It's not a good idea. You know, he's got the really strong stuff. We're talking, you know, boots out the fucking T-tops in no time at all. There's something taboo, something very interesting here. Yeah, moves things. There's an attraction here. There's one energy in particular coming towards you. It's probably the one that showed up in the new moon reading that you just got it. You have an attraction to that you can't say no to this person. Okay? And now they a silver-tongued devil, right? Silver-tongued devil in this energy. Be careful. All right? They talk the pants right off you. All right? I'm just telling you. I mean, I don't see anything bad. It's not going to end up a Dateline story or something. You're not going to be on the news. But I don't think you can resist this person. I think the energy's just right. You know? For them, for whoever's doing the talking. Okay. I will say about this energy, I don't think anybody else will tell you this, so I'll tell you. It finds a catalyst. It's sort of like we have that energetic storm that's around us right now, right? We're World War II energy here. This is the last time this soulmate cycle happened was back then, all that kind of stuff. This storm that's around, that storm, I should say, finds a catalyst. It picks a catalyst. World War II, it was Hitler. It was Jefferson Davis in the Civil War when it was there. It was King George III in the Revolutionary War. It finds a catalyst, right? This energy, for the way it's structured with Pluto, in the depths of Pluto, I'll tell you what, it finds a catalyst. So it's one person who's got the silver tongue that can accomplish anything. The other person is at the mercy of the silver-tongued devil. You follow? It's a bit of that. Okay? All right. I'm just saying, it is what it is. Okay. What are we going to clarify? We're going to need to clarify with the witches. I'm just pointing it out. Sometimes there are certain energies, whether it's a big energetic storm around us that comes in every once in a while, or just an energy. You know, it's usually a grouping or a recipe of energies. And they can, sometimes they require a catalyst, or it just picks a catalyst. It just goes, globs onto one energy in a two energy situation in a connection. And that's what it's doing here. That's why I say this reads as the incoming energy. It's somebody you can't resist. All right? All right. All right, here we go. Woo! All right. Energy around your connection is here. What? No, it is. It's there. These are Pisces. You know how they are. Energy around your connection is here. 3D. I knocked the devil over. 3D energies are around this person is here. Their soul is here. Hidden energy, message from the universe is here, read with the energy connection. Right here is the potential final outcome. I say potential because I cannot predict free will. Nobody can. I will clarify everything, throw some universe cards at the end, all right? You ready? All right, here we go. Energy around your connection. Temperance. Well, this is good news because that's an angel and that's the devil. And the angel cancels out the devil. But one side, again, it's very, very polarized. Your connection right now, very fucking polarized. One side got the catalyst energy, one side doesn't. All right? Yeah, it's not really reading in the sense of temperance cancels out the devil. It's just one side, it cannot be resisted. Okay. All right. This is a submissive energy in this particular case. Okay, all right. I get it. I mean, all right. 3D energy. Sorry about that. I had to settle an argument with a parrot. Anyway, I was saying the 3D energies here. 2 of Wands. All right. Are you done being a pest? I don't think so. I think you're going to be a pest all through this reading. He likes this reading. I don't know what his deal is. 2 of Wands. Somebody here setting the attention. Somebody's making new moves. Somebody's got new plans. Somebody's got a plan. Okay? I believe they do. I believe they know exactly what they want to do. Soul energy is here. Six of Swords. I like that. I like the Six of Swords there. Somebody wants, it's red with this, somebody wants to straighten things out. But the way they're doing it, it's irresistible to you. They the silver-tongued devil. They're the catalyst. The catalyst of energy for this thing here. It picks a side. Both sides don't have silver tongues. One is submissive and one does all the talking. One's got all the weed in the Trans Am. And one just, okay, I'll go. Right? Whoa, whoa, you never went down to their Trans Am before. You don't know what's in for. Oh, no, it'll be fine. I'm good. Okay. Right. Mm-hmm. Okay. Right here. I've been to those parties. I know. I've taken that person home after work and cleaned the vomit out of my car the next day. Right here. Hidden energy, message from the universe, red with temperance. Anytime somebody tells me, I know what I'm doing, don't worry. I know they don't. Okay? Because if I need to ask, if I'm not sure, it means I don't think you know what you're doing. And I, you know, I'm not a super genius, but I'm not an idiot either. You know, I observe. Okay, that being said, Five of Pentacles here. This is strange. Somebody has suffered, I'm sorry, I meant to put that back. Somebody has suffered a loss. Well, I got to see what the final outcome is for you. Your final outcome is here. These readings get stranger and stranger, I swear. Red with the Two of Wands, your final outcome. Somebody's got intention to come towards you, set something straight. They got the silver tongue attached to them. Roles can be reversed. This all might be about you. I don't know. But you'd know if you were the one who suffered a loss of some kind. We'll get there. What's the final outcome for you? The Hangman. It's not about perspective. The events of what happened here. I'm going to say this is your final outcome. I'm going to say this is the incoming energy that's got the silver-tongued devil. Okay? Sets you on a bit of a journey of self-discovery. I don't joke about anything that's not part of the energy. I made a joke. I said, if, you know, I'm warning a friend not to go down to this guy's Trans Am, and friend says, oh no, I got it. I know what I'm doing. I'm fine. I'm a grown-up, Steve. I don't need you to tell me what to do. How many times I've heard that? If I had $1 for each one, let me tell you. And then, you know, of course, it all goes sideways. And the next day they wake up kind of in this. So something happens here where it forces you to take a good, hard look at yourself, you know, a little bit. I don't know why, though, the way I get it. Maybe, dare I say, because I say you can't resist this, dare I say you fall for something. Dare I say you end up in, like, for example, you end up in, the way this energy feels, you end up in bed with somebody you said you'd never sleep with again, and then you just hate yourself in the fucking morning for it. You're just like, what the fuck did I do? I mean, it's not the walk of shame. It's sitting outside the door of shame. You know, you don't even have the gumption to go in your own house. Or leave their porch, one or the other. I mean, it's something like that. Be careful of this energy. Whenever I see this, the thing about the devil with the silver tongue is they make you think you know what you're doing. They make you think you're smart. Okay? That's what this energy does. You know, oh, I know what I'm doing, Steve. I'm fine. You know, that kind of a thing. I've heard it many times. And this energy's around. This energy here, this frequency of devil energy has that ability to get you to go down and do anything. Get you go down to their Trans Am and go down. I mean, they got that ability. So, it sends you, whatever, your final outcome is you end up massively changed because of this. It's not just you get a new perspective on this person. No, you're changed because of this. You're never going to do, I'm never doing this again, Steve. Okay. All right. I'm giving you this look. It's never going to be Rainbow Unicorn Tarot. It is a Mr. Fix-It energy. You might be like, well, where's the Mr. Fix-It here, Steve? If I'm sitting outside in the sit down on the porch of shame. Okay. Well, the Mr. Fix-It is right here. You don't get a better Fix-It energy than this. Okay. It's not, you know, I mean, it is what it is. You're getting this in advance. The silver tongue. If you're aware of it and you acknowledge it, you can kind of stop it. You can kind of put an end to it. But it only works internally. Let's clarify. Let's see where we go. You know. Catalyst energies are tough to explain. You know. Temperance. Here we go. All right, Temperance. Why is it here? Let's see where we're at. All right, let's clarify. Let's crossed by the Hierophant. Your connection is protected. The environmental energy around your connection is sort of it's an energy of protection. That's the only way I can put it. What's on top? Four of Cups. It's a submissive energy. It's a passive energy. Right? It's what I said. One side is submissive and passive. The other side's got the silver tongue. It's the way it goes. It's the way catalyst energies work. It's the way it's happening in societal energies right now, because it's the same energy that was here 80 years ago. You know, it is what it is. Why is the Four of Cups? Four Swords. Yeah, again, one side is submissive. It's just it's a void. One side is submissive. I'm right. I mean, I've already given you the read. There's not much more I can say. You know. All right. Two of Wands. Why is it here? This is a strange reading, but it's very accurate. I can see how this might play out. All right. Let's go. Two of Wands. Why is it here? It's crossed by the Chariot. Somebody's hell-bent here. Somebody's moving towards you. The soulmate cycle is starting to move again. Okay, what's on top? The Knight of Pentacles. Why is the Two of Wands here? Because it's been stopped. That's my stopped energy in the Witches. Why is that here? Judgment. Because it's time for it to start moving again. The time has come. It's been a lot. It's always playing out this way. It's always been for two soulmates to come together. This has to happen. This is fate and destiny. This is you and your final outcome read with all of this. These two soulmates have to come together and have this conversation. You have to let the silver-tongued devil do what they do, leave you outside, because this has to happen. There's something about this that helps you. You learn something so profound from this. It probably, with the Hierophant crossing the Temperance and the energy of your connection, changes the rest of your life. It probably does. All right? For some of my friends, it's listen to Steve next time. Yeah, maybe. You know, if I'm saying I don't think you know what you're doing, I'm not just saying that. You know, okay. You know, people tend to show you who they are. You know, that guy in a Trans Am, I know exactly who that guy is. I don't need to look for eye contact or fidgeting. Okay, the guy at the party who stands next to the fan, lets the hair blow, has no shirt on, offer a little ditty bag of weed and a fucking Trans Am, Burt Reynolds tacky Trans Am outside. Yep, got it. Don't go to that car. Unless you want your shoes or your boots out the T-tops, pointing to the air. Well, that's fine. Then the next morning you got to go to the clinic and get the Charlie Sheen full panel. But hey, whatever. What's going on with the Six of Swords? To each his or her own. Or you end up like that. Should have listened to Steve. Yeah. Shut up. The hell. God damn it. Alright. Six of Swords. Let's go. I'm not joking about anything that's not part of the energy. In this case, though, I would let this shit play out, even though I'm telling you in advance. Right? Like we had a time machine. I'm telling you in advance. You know, you can acknowledge this and just allow it to happen. And it won't have the same silver tongue effect on you. But allow it to play out. I would. Do what you want to do. Make your own decisions. I don't fucking care. All right, here we go. Six of Swords. Why is it here? It's crossed by the Four of Wands. Somebody here, for a long time, somebody's wanted to make a change. For a long time, somebody's wanted to say something. For a long time, somebody's wanted to walk a new path. Can we put it that way? What's on top? The Ace of Pentacles. Why is that here? The Hierophant again. And the Hierophant was crossing over here. These are bookending these, so they're read together. Somebody, it's almost like it's not a spell, but it feels like somebody's got a spell on them. What's actually happening is the energies themselves are manipulating in a certain way. But yeah, somebody here is briefly changed, briefly turned into some sort of, I don't know, Don Juan Rico Suave with all the right things to say. They say the right things. They woo you. They woo the pants right off you. Okay, what's the bridging energy there? The sun. What did I just say? You know, all the right things. Look, that's a yes. That's one of the few yes cards. I'm checking my energy read. Am I right? Yes. Okay. Look, we're going to pull on you now. That's you. Unless roles are reversed, then it's the other person. Okay, but I doubt anybody would be sad about banging a Steve Love Tarot viewer. So I think this is probably you. Okay, it is what it is. All right. Now, it doesn't have to be banging. Okay, it's Steve's Love Tarot. I try to be cheeky. It doesn't have to be that. It's just, you know, why you might be like, why did I let them off the hook so easy? You know, 5 of Pentacles. Why is it here? It's crossed by the 9 of Wands. It's the environmental energy and the King of Pentacles. Something gets straightened out here. Something you wanted to have straightened out for a long time, but it really benefits the other side more than you. And I think that really has you sort of a... You feel like you didn't get your say. You didn't. Assuming this is the incoming energy, you don't get any say. Once the door closes on the Trans Am, that's it. Done. Right? And Daddy's the judge magistrate, so nobody gonna listen to you. Right? No matter what happens. So at the end of the day here, you didn't really get a say in this conversation. You know. But that's one energy is very submissive. Submissive. A void on top of it, and a Hierophant crossing it, and the Hierophant's over here, which means it's this person that's doing all the chatty. What's on top? 7 Pentacles. So sort of a put your listening ears energy on, I guess. I mean, the energy's just right for this to happen, but it is a bit of a... Why is that here? Yeah, the Empress. Yeah. And what's the bridging? The 8 of Swords. Again, I say this sometimes about the incoming energy. I'm going to say it about you. All of your woes, all of your charms, all of your everything have no effect on this energy. It's going to say and do what it wants to say and do. Okay? It's communication, so it's a verbal thing. You know, we make jokes about Trans Ams and things like that, but it's not about that. It's about 2 soulmates coming together, about a meeting of the minds. I'm not sure we get that here. I think what we get is you leave the conversation a bit confused. The bridging energy sits right on top of that girl right there, sad outside the door. You leave it a little bit confused because, hey, wait a minute, I'm the fucking Empress. I'm the best hits in the tarot. Steve always says it, right? And that's true. It's an energy of let it happen. Just let this energy do the talking. It sends you into this. We're going to pull on this now. This is your final outcome. All right, the Hangman. You know, it's crossed by the Chariot. Why is that here? It's part of your. This card represents the soulmate cycle for me. It's part of your journey on this soulmate. It is. It's part of your destiny here. This is. I said it's destiny. You have to let this. I already said it, right? I said destiny around the karma card here, judgment. I did. Rewind. I'm pretty sure I did, and then I threw this on. I pointed to that and said it's two soulmates coming together. It has to happen. You have to go into this. You do. It's part of your journey in the soulmate cycle. Okay? It's part of the ride. All right. What's on top? 7 of Wands. Why is that here? 7 of Cups. Plays out differently for all of you, but basically, I'll give it to you a couple of ways. One, you come out of this a better person. First of all, you come out of this with the high ground, big time. Okay, you learn something here. If you pay attention, you learn something. Okay? If nothing else, you learn what not to do again. All right? The most I ever learned in business was this job I had a long time ago. And it was the guy, he was terrible. He made tons of mistakes. He did like everything wrong. He was always like on the fringe of bankruptcy. He was making payroll with like overdraft. You know, he was in overdraft making payroll. But I learned so much working for him because I saw all the shit that he did wrong. And it's like, it was the greatest learning experience. Better than any business school could ever give you, to see somebody just completely fuck up at every angle and what happens when you do and how to fix it. And then once you know how to fix it and you know how to not do it, I mean, it's amazing. This is kind of what's happening here. Okay, you're learning something that's giving you the high ground. You're seeing something. You're experiencing something where you feel like this. You might feel silly. You might feel stupid after this conversation. You might feel like you didn't get your word in. I don't know. You feel like you missed something. You feel like you had this important conversation and you missed out on it. I don't think so. I think you learned, there could be shame here, but I don't think so. I think you learned something very important, okay? And it opens up a whole world of possibilities to you that you didn't have before. Now, why, you might ask, well, if this is such a big deal, Steve, why are these minor arcana? And yeah, you sound like that. Because it's up to your free will. Nobody can predict free will. Sorry, nobody can. Even if I was the warlock on the hill, can't do it. It in its own way makes us some of the most powerful living creatures, the most powerful things in the universe, because we got that free will. You know, it's amazing. I wrote a whole blog article about it. It's a heavily abused superpower because we usually use it against our own best interests. You know, most people do. The other, what's the bridging energy? Yeah, the Three of Swords. The other way to look at this is you can look at it as a bad experience, be defensive to it, and accomplish absolutely nothing. Okay? It is. End of story. The bridging energy here is the Three of Swords. So, I mean, that's how the reading. I mean, it sends you on a bit of a soul search, a spiritual journey, if you will. It's a very, very, very powerful experience. It is an extremely let's just for fun, let's clarify the Three of Swords, which randomly at the bottom is the Chariot again. That's the Chariot. That's the Chariot. So see, it was always destiny, fate that I was going to do this, right? That I was going to clarify that. There you go. All right. From the last time I put these cards away, I don't even remember when it was. All right. So yeah, it is a Mr. Fix-It energy, but it's not about fixing something between you and another person. It's about fixing you in some way, opening things up for you. I mean, look, fool me once, that's you know, okay. Fool me twice, not so much. I don't think you'll get fooled a second time. I think the Who song won't get fooled again, right? Meet the new boss, same as the old boss, sort of a thing like that. I don't know, let's see, won't get fooled again. All right, here we go. Three of Swords. Why is it here? I actually like readings like this. It's crossed by the Ten of Pentacles. Fueled by what? I don't know. The Four of Cups. Yeah. You might find out here. I get it. There's my student, and why is that here? The Seven of Pentacles again. And what's the bridging energy? The Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, I was going to say you might find out. I'm just shaking my head because I know what I was going to say. You might find out you didn't. And there's the Seven of Cups, also part of the final outcome right there. You might find out you didn't miss out on anything. When these two soulmates come together, this might be something you've been sweating a long time. You've been excited. You really love this person. You might find out you didn't miss anything. You're better off by yourself. You figured out that your energy can survive without these two energies together. I don't know if this is your original runner, if this is a family member. A lot of times energies like this play out with family members, okay? A lot of times they do. I mean, I make jokes about transams and walks of shame, but a lot of times this type of realization definitely applies in family situations. It can apply in friends situations, usually family or love, one or the other, okay? Usually. So that's that. Let's see what else the universe wants to tell you. Again, that's great. Your final result here, if you give it some thought and take a look at what this makes you look at inside yourself, is the Nine of Pentacles. Independent. You come out more independent. You come out with options you didn't have before. And I even have that again right there with the Seven Cups. It's all over the place. It's very nice. Let's see what else the universe wants to tell you. Let me pull 3 cards from the bottom and a crossing card. All right? It is what it is. All the energies playing out right now are big boy, big girl energies. I'll be honest with you, I'm not doing the readings I'd like to be doing. Because I know that the audience is really sensitive. I mentioned even a little piece of societal energies once, a few months back on a moon reading of some kind, and I had my ass handed to me. I can't be dealing with that, you know. But this is a good example of what happens when a catalyst energy takes hold. Okay? It is. And it always, much like World War II energy, much like Civil War energy, same energetic storm that comes around every 80 or 90 years, it always ends in some sort of shame or some sort of energy like this. You know? It always ends in what was I thinking? You know? What the hell was I thinking? Right? You know, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, think about it in World War II terms, right? There were people, good people. There were the good people. There were people in Germany who were just regular people who, for whatever reason, thought Hitler had a good idea. You know, it sounds terrific. Let's round him up in the night. That sounds great. You know, they thought he had a great idea. You know, and now they got a whole museum to apologize for it. So it'll never happen again. You know, I mean, it is what it is. This type of energy, these are just energies. It's nothing more. And it's scary shit sometimes. It can be. This is so good for you, it's ridiculous. This works to you, but you have to know about the catalyst energy in advance, because you can only stop it from internally. You can't stop it externally. In other words, you can't walk up to somebody who was a supporter of that back in those days, right? And try to talk them out of it. It wouldn't work. They have to figure it out for themselves. It's very much an Eight of Swords energy. Best you can do is plant a seed and walk away. All right, let's go. 3 cards and a bottom card. Let's see where we're at here. Yeah, healing. 4 of Swords. Knight of Pentacles. Page of Cups. And look, I showed it to you already. The 8 of Swords. The 8 of Swords. It's back. It's right there. 8 of Swords crossing the Knight of Pentacles. This energy, this conversation you have with this person plants a seed in you in some way. All right? You get to see where you were deluding yourself about this connection. Okay? You get to see where maybe you went a little batshit crazy. You know? There's no other way for me to phrase it. It's going to play out. You just have to catch my drift. You don't have to take me literally. Right? But it is a bit of that. But I can't emphasize enough how much it benefits you when I pull these cards. You know, it's just fantastic. It's part of your journey in this soulmate cycle, and it just puts you on a new level, opens up options to you never had before. It actually what you learn during this conversation, during this Mr. Fix-It energy with whoever this is, and it's different for all of you who this might be. Like I said, this is usually family or love, right? Whatever it is, it heals this. It fixes this. It doesn't cause this. It fixes it because of the energy we have on it. It's a Mr. Fix-It energy. This 9 of Pentacles is the opposite of that. Believe me, there's a big deal there. All right, so that's your reading. If you want the extended, there's probably a couple of links at the top of the description. Unless I have a dumbass attack like I did on the Saturn reading and forget to put them there. But, you know, hey, mistakes happen. It's funny because I have right in front of me, my niece put this here. Right in front of me on the wall, it says, extended link, dumbass Steve. You know, so I still, every once in a while, forget. I know. Every once in a while, I forget. That is your reading. I hope it was helpful. Good luck.